5 days after the surrender at Appomattox Courthouse, a tragedy occurred that would cast a shadow over the outcome of the war and the process of healing the nation. On April 14, 1865, it was announced that President Abraham Lincoln would attend the play Our American Cousin at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. John Wilkes Booth, an actor and a Confederate sympathizer, hatched a plot with a small band of conspirators that he believed would bring anarchy to the North and prolong the Civil War. On the night of April 14th, the Lincolns took their seat in the presidential box. During the play, Booth snuck into the presidential box and shot Lincoln in the back of the head with a small caliber pistol. Booth quickly leapt over the balcony and onto the stage below, but broke his leg as he fell. As he fled the theater, Booth turned to the crowd and yelled, "Sic semper tyrannis," which is Latin for, "Thus be it ever to tyrants." Everyone in the crowd was stunned, and no one really knew what had happened until Mary Todd Lincoln screamed. Bleeding and unconscious, President Lincoln was carried to a small house across the street and laid in a bed where he struggled to survive. Around 7 a.m. the next morning, on April 15, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln died, becoming the first U.S. president to ever be assassinated. Booth and his conspirators went on the run. After an extensive manhunt that lasted several days, John Wilkes Booth was cornered in a barn and shot by federal troops. He died before he could stand trial for killing the president. His co-conspirators were captured and arrested. They were eventually convicted for their role in the plot and were executed. Each of them died, having realized that their plot actually created sympathy for Lincoln and turned them into villains rather than heroes. Why did this event matter? Lincoln's murder changed the course of Reconstruction after the Civil War. Lincoln's assassination definitively changed the course of United States history. President Lincoln became a martyr, even in the defeated Confederate States. Southerners mourned the president and condemned his murder, fearing that Northerners would seek revenge for the assassination by punishing the South during the reunification process. The new president, Andrew Johnson, took charge of Reconstruction. Johnson was a Southerner who was disliked and distrusted by Republicans in Congress. The tug of war over who would control the terms by which the Southern states would be readmitted back into the Union would dominate the Reconstruction era, leaving the Southern states with difficult days ahead. Lincoln's death had robbed the nation of the one man who could best bind up the nation's wounds.